Good evening and welcome to the July 4th edition. Happy Independence Day of the Ham Radio Clubhouse. How are you guys?
Good.
Here he.
Oh God, don't start this. The town crier.
It is 1776 and tonight we will drink, we will dance in the strings, bonfires, and we shall have fireworks.
Where is your wig? You need one of those like the British Parliament had.
It's at my retreat on Sealand. For when we hold court.
It's next to the Santa Claus outfit, I'm sure.
Yes, for when we hold court against the pirates who want to take over Sealand against us.
Yes.
Listen, just to warn our guests, before the show started, I looked at Izzo. I said, "Listen, all due respect, you better not be reading the Declaration of Independence on the show." And he's like, "But that would be amazing. That would be awesome."
I didn't. You're such a
you do that.
Canadian. You don't trust a Canadian on July 4th. That's
I was going to say, you do that, and we might have to team up with the British to burn down the White House again. Okay, I'm just saying that.
That's Independence Day ASMR is what that is. Izzo reads the Declaration of Independence.
I will dump blizzards up at not Scotch Bay. That's Maine.
I want to see how many words he misses.
Let's go. I'm not giving you any hints.
Hang on.
How do you spell that?
The map. I'll find a map of Canada, and I'll find the biggest river. We'll dump all the blizzards, so you can't have some.
Jody Vaster's got it right. He says, "Pour tea in the harbor and eat blizzards." That's the motto of the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
You know what? For the show, I was like, I googled famous sayings from the whatever war was, the Revolutionary War or whatever. And there's one that I saw. I don't know if it's real.
It was to kick out the British War.
Just tell us about our history, please.
I don't know. No, I was looking for quotes, things to say. And so there's one here. I think it signifies the clubhouse. I don't know if it's a real one. They make up stuff all the time.
Right.
It says, "We all must hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately."
That's right. All for one or all for none.
Right.
Wait. All for one or one for all.
Kyle says, "I think Izzo signed." Put that back as Kyle said. I think Izzo signed the Declaration of Independence right in the back of his El Camino.
Dude,
I mean, he's not far from Philadelphia. So
Kyle, that El Camino around the corner from my house is still for sale. I don't know why the guy can't get it sold. It's just sitting there. I'm off tomorrow. I gotta get some poster board. I gotta put the thing saved for Kyle. Take a picture.
Just take pictures of it and say Kyle's crypto is here.
It's in the back.
Yeah, it's in the back.
It made it to Connecticut.
Hey, did we verify with the Pink Brigade if we're gonna get canceled for celebrating Independence Day today on the show?
I didn't ask.
Pink Hair Brigade didn't know?
Much like everything else, we don't care. We just do it.
What are you talking about? What's this, a copyright strike or something already?
No. The Pink Hair Brigade that would be offended. Listen, I just want to say, as a Canadian, happy Independence Day to my American brothers and sisters to the South. We are super happy we are not in the same country as you guys. And
so let me tell you something.
We celebrated too. We celebrated just a little bit too. Okay.
Didn't you say you had that card that made you you could just hop across anytime you wanted? And
something like that.
He's a dual alien. You're a dual alien.
A dual alien.
You got American blood in you, just like us.
My dad is American born. Yes.
All right then. Swap and Swit will get you everything. See.
So, but no, seriously,
I
don't know.
It gets you everything. Swat and Swift is good.
No, but seriously, happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July, you guys. So.
Oh, goodness. It's going to be one of those nights. I can already tell.
Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
You look great. You look marvelous.
FEP Labs. Are you kidding me? He says, I think Molson needs to be on the list.
Yes. Send him a Diet Dr. Pepper is what you got to do.
Oh, God. Say it ain't so.
They had a fun stream last night. Those guys had a fun. They always have a fun stream last night.
So
I thought Jim was going to say a couple of those 4-letter words like fire truck and a few other things. I was waiting, but he didn't.
So Scott says again, Molson just upset because Canuckistan got stuck with Quebec. I really think I really think there needs to be a simultaneous special event to the 13 colonies called the ones that got away. And I really do.
That's a clean sweep.
Yeah, because Quebec used to be the original colonies and all that. So I really think there should be the ones that got away, and you guys can try and make contact and see where it goes. Imagine if they didn't get away, you guys would have the U.S. would be all.
We could have had BAM for all for ourselves.
You guys. Yeah.
I want Nova Scotia.
Says, some days Canada must feel like the apartment above the meth house.
Oh Lord!
And he must live in like the crawl space between, because he's up there in the greater up north.
He's up in the attic.
At some point, he's like, should I step across? Should I? No.
Be careful where you walk in the attic, because you could fall right through.
Right. Well, let's get it started. We'll go, Daniel. How's your week been? What's up with you? What's new? What's going on? How are you?
I got to think about my week. The week's been good. My mind's not even into that. I'm trying to think of ways to make you guys feel like, this great holiday is not so great, but it's amazing.
Well, now you have the opportunity to do that while you're telling us how your week's doing.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'll just say that you guys all know this, but the lighthouse that the United States is to the world, whether people will recognize it or not, the U.S. has greatly benefited many other countries, and so you guys are appreciated. My week has been cool. My son is studying.
I was just about to ask you about how.
So, dude, like last night, he's like, "Okay, Dad. So, like, I understand a Yagi, and I understand how to like calculate the length of the wavelengths." And he starts, he's like, "Now with resistors and series, can you just explain what series versus parallel is? Because in series, it's you add them, and in parallel, you divide them." And so he's just going through all this stuff, and I'm like, "Okay, now I got to remember everything." but it's going pretty good. By the way, me and Izzo, we match. Izzo, nice color tonight.
You must be wearing from a couple of years ago, the black shirt from a few years ago.
Shut up! That was last week's joke.
This
okay,
is red. I'm wearing red. My underwear is white, and my shorts are blue. Red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
I'm patriotic right now.
I just put a patriotic background up.
So I'm gonna have the same. I have the same schematic today. There is except for we don't have white in our flag, so I don't got the white part. No, I'm joking. If you get it,
what?
Anyways. No, okay.
It's white in the mid. Okay,
it's white. Sorry, that's right. I forgot. That was a dumb joke. Didn't work.
Yeah,
but anyways, listen. My son is super working hard on it. I think he's gonna do fantastic. Like. I think they broke it down into 22 chapters or 20 chapters for the Canadian test. And so far, he's not moving on past unless he gets 90 or 95 in each segment.
Nice.
So he's doing pretty good. We're going to build I got to build an antenna to do a fox hunt this weekend. So that's tomorrow night's task, because this weekend there's a local fox hunt. And not much new besides for that.
Are you going to film that?
Molson, this is that first basic level, correct? That gives him the
he's trying to get well, the basic level is basic, which is like technician, and then you get basic with honors, which is like general, but we have full frequency privileges, and then the next is advanced. So he's trying to go for basic with honors, which would be like your general with a little bit more.
So he's going to start. All right.
That's his
goal. On the air.
Yeah.
I want to work him. I want to work him. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, besides for that, there's not much new. I just had a huge meal. My parents have what do you call it? Exchange students, and so there's one from Brazil that her parents came to get her today, and so my mom invited the whole family for Chinese food, and that stuff is filling. So I'm a little slow.
For the next 20 minutes, it will be filling.
Man, I swear my stomach is like, ugh. So anyways, I don't got much more to add. I'll try and come up with some other cheesy jokes that don't make sense.
His internet's gonna freeze, and he's gonna be gone for about 20 minutes.
I'm resetting the router.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
well, as always, good to have you, brother. Glad to hear it. Izzo, what about yourself, man?
No, tell you what. Why don't you take it for a little bit and then shoot it over to me, and I'll do a whole capsulated thing.
All right. So my week's been crazy busy. July is my overlap, or my my fall schedule or my 6 month schedules, they kind of overlap each other. So I work a crazy amount of time, amount of days. So that's been nuts. I released a live stream, or I live streamed with the Smoking Ape a few days ago, and I want to say that I was comfortable. I'm comfortable every Tuesday night, 7:00 with the Clubhouse. But when you take me out of that and go and streaming by myself, that is hard. It's difficult. I've only done it one other time with Kyle when we were doing Node Red on a PC. But we did a stream about 2 of the radios, the Quan Shing and the TID radio, TDH8, and we did spurious emission tests and what is spurious emissions and blah, blah, blah. You can go to this side of the radio if you want to see it. But it was a great stream. And but I will say that I felt so out of pocket because you get comfortable doing one thing and then you force yourself to do something different. It's like, okay, we can get through.
But you were at Ape's house though, so I'm sure he threw you. I'm sure he gave you a Miller Lite, and he's gonna have a backwoods.
It was 3:00 in the afternoon, so we didn't quite get to the Miller Lights yet.
So he started with a Pabst Blue Ribbon and a backwoods cigar, and I'm sure it was a relaxing atmosphere.
That was good. It was good. Abe's an excellent teacher, and he's great at explaining things. And I told him he needs to write a book called Spurious Emissions for Dummies, or Antennas for Dummies, or a little bit anything for dummies, because he's the professor. We're going to start calling him Professor Ape. So, Don, N5SKT, if you're in there, you got some competition, brother. He's coming for you. But other than that, that's about all I've got. I don't have any life updates or anything at the moment. Hopefully, I'll have something for next week, but we'll talk about that next week.
Hey, thank you, Jody, for the 1776, man.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Yeah. That's what, $5 US, right?
Did you guys see this? I don't know if this is a true, like, look at this name. Look at the name on this account. Mad Ham Radio Cow. Is that making fun of me, or is that like truly?
Well, we gotta check that out. The Mad Ham Radio Cow, if he's been armed by Molson or not.
Whoa! And then Kyle had a question. Let me just before we go to Izzo, Kyle had a question.
Okay.
And he says, Molson, if someone doesn't pass the basic with honors, they default down to basic and can retest basic with honors at a later date. It's the same test. It's the same test. So if you get 70 and over, you pass. So it's 100 questions. If you get 70%, you pass the basic qualification. And if you get 80% and higher, you get basic with honors. And then the advanced test is a completely different test. It's not the same test. There is one more test besides for that, which is you could do a code test for Morse code, 5 words a minute. So if somebody passes their basic but doesn't get the honors and they do the code test, they could get full frequency privileges as well. So that's why, because they can code 5 words a minute, do they get full HF? I don't know, but that's the breakdown. So
Scout says, I pre-ordered Abe's memoir, Pork Chop Sandwich in My Pocket, off Amazon. Can't wait.
I have the one that has where he's wearing the flannel shirt. It's great. He stuffs it right in that pocket right there, and then he pulls it out 20 minutes later. It's great.
So we're missing a few folks tonight. Joe Brett is with family, and Steve, well, we don't know where Steve's at. I presume he's with family as well. I haven't seen him in the chat, but the three of us are not blowing stuff up tonight. We decided to not play a replay episode, just come in and hang out with our buddies. So glad you could join us. So I'm gonna pass it over to you, Izzo.
All right, couple things.
All right.
If you're on Facebook and you're friends with Joe Brett, did you see he's selling cowboy boots? I wish I had his. I mean, I'm a little bit bigger. So,
I mean, he's got they're like 9.5s.
9.5s.
Yeah.
But man, he's got a nice pair of boots. So if you're friends with him on Facebook,
or just reach out to him on Discord if you are a fan or you're needing some high quality boots.
Right. And I think he wore them once, and maybe not outside or something. But
no toe fungus or anything.
No, they're clean, man.
Yeah.
Today's my Friday. I work today. We got out of there. We've had some crazy weather here in the Northeast, like many other sections. The sun has finally come out. There's probably going to be local fireworks shooting off. There was some crazy, fantastic fireworks in my neighborhood last night. I met some neighbors, nice people. Has some good. Oh, the Blackstone. We fired up the Blackstone grill.
I want one of those.
So mine's half griddle, half barbecue, where you got to put the briquettes in, like what we did back in the 70s. And we did a Costco run last week, and so we fired up some steaks, some shrimp, some kids got some corn and some lobster, and man, I had some macaroni salad. Man, I'm full right now. I may not even be able. Breakfast is going to have to be like 1 o'clock tomorrow because I'm full. That's how full I am right now. But,
so do you put like lobster on the grill?
Yeah, I put it right on the flat
that's
top.
good.
Right on the flat top. I throw some butter in there, and I throw some garlic in there, and just let it, and just turn it around a couple times. It's like you're scrambling eggs, kind of. You just kind of move it around a little bit.
So Kyle had one of those Blackstone grills when he cooked breakfast for us up at the Moore Expo. I want one of those for my camping setup. It's I'm
very impressed. Stuff. I got mine on a winter January Walmart special. And it really amazes me. And they have so many different models out there. So guys, if you are interested in something like that, I recommend, do your homework and everything.
Learn a few things.
Learn a few things, but it's really good. So
I do want to say before you go, I know I'm sorry I'm interrupting,
but
I didn't acknowledge the YouTube channel members that are in the chat. Everybody who is in green text, those are folks that support the channel monetarily, whether it be 99 cents up to 10, 20, 30, 40 bucks. Thank you guys for all your support. Thanks for being here. So I just wanted to say thank you for those folks, because without the folks in green chat and those that do the super chats and all the stuff, we couldn't give away the 710s, the FTM 500s and all that kind of good stuff. So I wanted to say thank you to all you guys. If you would like to become a member, there's a join button down below, as well as a buy me a beer if you'd like to do that as well. Okay, that's all the advertising I got.
Quick shout out to Richard, the Truck and Ham. Look for him on the HF bands. He put a new mount and an antenna on his truck. He showed me some pictures of it last week. It looks really nice. He got it to resonate on 20 meters and 40 and all the other upper bands there. So look for Richard on the bands and work this man. So and have fun chasing him as he's going down the interstates, bringing product to us, because without the truckers and the railroad people, we would have nothing, guys. As well as the airlines. I don't want to get into who does what more, but guess what? All very, very important people moving supplies so we can have our stuff. That's what it's all about. Like George Carlin said, it's all about our stuff. So
yeah. So we also had, I believe, Overlanding for Fun and Freddie Mac. I saw him in there earlier. They are two of our newest members. And if you haven't subscribed to Freddie Mac's channel, I think they did a premiere scout, help those guys with the premiere earlier today. He's got some really good stuff. I believe it was an all-star node. Correct me if I'm wrong in there. Recently retired from the civil service as a police officer, and now he's doing ham radio YouTube full time. So bless you, son. Anyway,
hey, let's bring on Jason. Bring him in here. Open up the door.
I'll wait for him to stop yawning. He was tired.
Yeah, don't yawn.
I was actually burping into the microphone, so you guys missed that. I don't know. I mean,
did it come from down here, like way down?
No, I just ate a bunch of chips and whatnot.
So. Yeah, did it come from the basement or did it come from the attic?
Yeah.
Oh, God. How are you, Jason?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
What are you drinking?
Doing
what
good.
Are you drinking, man?
I was about to say, what is everybody drinking tonight?
What's that?
Lakewood Temptress double stuffed chocolate.
Oh, but that's good.
Shane, you can.
So they're mint. That. So they're the mint Temptress is
Sin mint.
Really good. Sin mint.
Yes, the Sin mint.
Really good.
Yeah. The raspberry.
The
raspberry
Texas Ranger whiskey.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, I've got some of that in the pantry, I think. So,
Izzo, Daniel, are y'all drinking anything tonight? Just water, air?
Dude, I rushed in the house. I didn't even have time to get a drink. Maybe I'll go get a drink and then come back.
If you need to reset your router, I mean, you can.
No, it's working right now. Don't. I was gonna
say I wouldn't mess with it. He looks okay over here.
No, I was kidding. Because every time he leaves the show, he comes back with either a blizzard or something to drink after he resets his router. So if you need to go reset your router, we get it.
Sometimes one time I want to tap into his house camera so we can see him taking off down the driveway, a cloud of dust, and 10 minutes later coming back in.
Just like sometimes I need a refill.
I need a refill. I got to go make water. No, you got to go run down to the Dairy Queen. No,
Izzo, are you smoking a cigar tonight? I see you in the garage.
Yes. Yeah. I am in the this
Inch.
is the Inch, man. Again, I bought a whole box of these. Love them. You can get them
Okay,
from your famous retailer.
Tell me about that. I've not seen that one.
So
That's
it's all Nicaraguan,
Okay.
Puro.
and
Okay.
they have a Maduro one. This is called the Nicaraguan one, but they have a
Nicaraguans are typically, I mean, like even their natural wrappers are a little bit more full-bodied and thicker.
yes.
Izzo
like
likes
the-
the punch
yeah.
to the face cigars.
Well, yeah, I do too. I absolutely do too. But Nicaraguan grown is usually a little bit heavier and fuller body than Dominican grown.
Mhm.
I
Yes,
love the
correct.
Dominican stuff, but Nicaraguan, those are usually really good too.
See, Daniel had to go reset his router.
No, he did.
See?
He had to go down to Dairy Queen.
He's gonna come back with a drink. You watch,
You watch.
or his dummy load. Let me go get let me pour a pint out of my dummy load.
And let me tell you something, Jay.
Right.
A lot of these blenders are doing some incredible stuff, taking some Nicaraguan, some Dominican, and they're all kind of playing in the lab, we'll say, and they're grabbing
Right.
different parts of the plant. And it's amazing talking to some of the veteran smokers out there, and I'm talking about the guys who go back 25, 30, 40 years ago, where it was just, a few. It is amazing how some stuff, and based upon our palates, what we like and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't say I'm a full Nicaraguan guy because I've had some
No.
like the LFDs
Yeah, those are
have
good.
That's a Dominican. There's some Dominican over there. So
Yeah.
again, find out. I always tell everybody, find out what you like, and
Yep.
fool around with different stuff and try. Have fun.
Is-
I'm sure you guys do the same with all your drinks,
Oh,
all
yeah.
your bourbons and your chocolate whiskeys and that stuff.
I
all
do.
that,
Chocolate whiskey.
I do it. I
All
do
that
it with
stuff.
cigars too. I found a Don Pepin Garcia Blue Label, which those have been around for decades. But this cigar shop that Frank and I go to, that's just right across the highway from me, they haven't carried those in a while. And I'm like, did they stop making them or what's going on? Well, I went to the Grapevine cigar shop last weekend, and they have all the stuff that I've been missing. And I'm like, okay, I haven't been in there in a couple years, and I was like, I need to start going back in here again because so I smoked that. Frank and I went to the cigar bar earlier, and I smoked that one today. It is just as good as I remember.
Nice.
The guy who make Don Pepin Garcia, he makes the My Father cigars.
Mhm.
He's got his own black label and blue label and a white label, I think. And he is the guy who started the Tatuaje guy off.
Yes,
that's
right. I was just going to say that. Yes, with those Grand Cone Junes, I love my Grand
those
Cone
are
Junes.
the
Oh,
red
my
the
God.
red label Tatuaje. They had those in Grapevine as
Mhm.
well. So I'm just like, man, I got to start coming back to the Grapevine shop because it's a little bit far. I mean, it's like 10 or 15 minutes, where the U-List one's like 3 minutes, but big deal. But yeah,
Speaking of My Father, if you haven't had the Jaime Garcia,
Yes,
the
those
Jaime
are-
Garcia is a
Yes.
fantastic cigar.
yes,
Mhm.
it
And
is.
this just turned into a cigar show. So
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
most of
No, it
these
is.
we just start talking about whiskey and cigars.
You know what's a very similar analogy that I've seen with cigars. It's same thing with playing with antennas. There's you could have 5 different end-fed halfways from 5 different guys, and you're gonna love them and use them, and then all of a sudden you're gonna go over to a vertical. You're gonna try a coil, this and that, maybe a ham stick, but then you're gonna go back to it's just cigar smoking is just like playing around with different antennas. It really
Oh,
is.
so true.
Oh yeah.
And maybe even radios. Let's just throw in radios because I know sometimes I feel
radios.
like playing with a 705. Sometimes I feel like playing with a 7300. Why is there a Mark II 706 Mark II sitting there? Just because.
As long as it's an ICOM, I guess Don's on board.
Sometimes I want a handheld. Sometimes I want an HF. You never know.
Yeah,
Just never know.
exactly.
True.
There's a Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, which is a very small label. He has one called the Todos Los Dias that I'm going to send to both of you guys because it is a black pepper bomb. It is a full body.
Ooh.
It is a punch you in the face if you're not ready for it. You guys seem to be with the full body, full strength, all that kind of
Those
good. It's
are
a
good.
great cigar.
All right. Tell you
And
what.
he has another one called the Sober Mesa, which is 7 different blends together.
Is that the one you brought to Field Day?
I brought the Sober Mesa, yes.
Okay,
But I have not brought the Todos Los Dias
You
because
got-
those are
You guys were talking about that. I think it's not one I've heard of. I'd love to try it.
yep. Yeah, you can get them
Well,
at CI.
you know my rule. You send me cigars, I send you some stuff back. So
Oh,
that's how-
absolutely.
absolutely, and,
We can
that's
do
always
that.
fun too.
I think you
That's
sent me
fun.
Camachos last time. I sent you the ones from
I thought I sent you. I know I sent you about 2 or 3 different stuff. Jason, I don't think we've ever swapped cigars. I think
don't think so.
Frank and I have. Mike and I have. Mike's been fooling around with the different stuff now. Marty. So again, just don't send me barbecue chips, guys. Don't
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Oh,
Beer Snacks in the
where
chat.
Is he?
He's in
Where
the
is
chat.
he? Is he on his union break?
Drop by. He's on his union break. Maybe he'll stop by a little bit
Absolutely.
later.
Liberty Cave. Is there a ham show where we talk about chaw? I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Tank smokes pipes. So that's kind of close to tobacco.
I got a pipe.
We should probably next time we all get together, whether it be at Hamcation or Huntsville or whatever, we just need to do a cigar live stream. Jason and I have talked about doing this at the little shop down here, but everybody grab a mic and a laptop and we just sit around and shoot the breeze.
Let's do that at
cigars.
Let's do that at Huntsville, because we'll have a couple of days at Huntsville where we're just sitting around at the state park anyway. So yeah, let's try that at Huntsville.
That's just like idea. That's a Clubhouse, man. We don't always talk ham radio. We talk about what's going on within our circle of friends. Some of us have gotten some really crappy radios that we're doing videos on. So
I heard about that, man.
Where's Joe Brett?
He was so angry. He was pissed. He was so pissed.
Yeah,
he was
Dead Battery. That's his nickname now. Dead Battery.
Oh, Dead Battery. I think he was he finally hit he was on my lunchtime live stream today. I think he finally hit the monetization mark. So
I think he needed 4,000, right? Wait, hold on, everybody.
It's like it's a Naked Gun movie or something.
Right? Suddenly I have to go to the bathroom now.
He was in the bathroom. The echo in the bathroom.
To my American friends, here's cocaine in the White House.
Cheers.
That's right, yeah. I saw a meme earlier. It was George Washington sitting on a horse. It's like, have fun at work tomorrow, England.
Wait a minute. I had to work today.
Well.
Did you guys see? So Norm, KC something, Norm Miller there, he posted in our Discord the results of the survey that the ARL did on the fee increase and all that. And
I saw
it's
that.
not. Yeah, I think the average. What was it? I'd have to pull it up again.
No, I'll pull it up.
But they had a chart about what people thought was a reasonable fee increase, and I think it's. If it's going to be one, I think it's pretty reasonable. It's like $10 or something, $9.50, I think, a person or so. The average was that. So I thought that was pretty decent. What is that? Members receive all 4 ARL magazines.
This is the one talking about the magazine. Yeah.
Oh, is that for if they would be okay with going with a digital only? So what was it? 39% said digital only.
Yep. 43 said they wanted the printed copy, and then 18% said I would pay more to add a printed magazine to my membership.
Okay. So that's
they did a similar survey a few years back, and I'm not sad to say that I like the printed copy. I have sometimes I'll look over the soft copy, but I usually forget about it because it doesn't show up in my email or something. But when I get the QST magazine in the mail, I'm like, ooh. So I like the printed copy. I do.
So this was the survey on the rate increase. 17% said no change. So it says $49 is the no increase. So based on that, you see that the majority say somewhere around 59, 39. Some say 54. I think the average, it says of all responding, including those who didn't want an increase, 57.14 was the suggested, and an average of only the increase of 58.79. That's not bad. A $10 increase. It's not horrible. I think it's $1.4 million for the 160,000 members, so 1.44 million, I think it was my calculation of increase. I hope that's sufficient to is the other thing is, so it's not, I'm not an advocate for increasing more, but like if that's only going to bandage over for a short term and not considering future growth, increased growth, I don't know, be interesting to see what and also obviously they're looking at ways to not only increase their income but to reduce their overhead, their cost, which I think is an important part of it. Norm says he answered $69 in the survey. Well, we don't like you, Norm. Oh, he said because it chuckle. Oh, okay, hold on. We do like him because he said just because it made me chuckle. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So okay, you got to pass on that, Norm.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing. Four-wheeling Redneck says how many are they going to lose with the increase? I don't think a huge amount, but you always have to. I think if you can predict the percentage you lose, you have to see if losing them plus your increase, if you're actually making
Right.
if it offsets it, right?
Yeah.
So
you
it'd be
have
very
a net positive.
well, and it's really interesting because there's so many dynamics to these things, and obviously we all have 1,001 thoughts, and I'm sure a lot of them have already thought about it. Like I mentioned on a previous show, like, are you being good stewards in the first place of the money that you're receiving? That's a valid question for any member to ask.
Valid. Yeah.
Sure.
But in Canada, last week I was at the club meeting and we had Dave Goodwin, I forget what his name is, from RAC, and they have some pretty interesting changes that they're trying to implement with call sign issuing. Some of the things I'm not too crazy. I listen. I you can't quote me on it because I don't remember everything, but I believe it was something along the special calls or special. I think it was like 2x2s or 2x1s. You had to have 10 years in advance before they wanted to have that, which I think is a little like, I don't know, class level. I forget what classist or whatever. But there's some really cool changes, and the hobby has to change on certain levels. So I'm not opposed to it. And they want us to have to renew. So in Canada, when you get your license right now, you're 125 years that you have your call for. So because we don't renew, so we don't renew. So once you get your license, for me right now, I never have to renew my license. I never have to send in the paperwork. So technically,
hold on though. That's an FTC thing. That's not an ARL thing.
Right.
No.
ARL doesn't issue licenses.
Right. No, but the RAC works really closely with our ARL, work really closely with the government, that division. And so right now, as it is, I get my call for 125 years. Why? Because by 125 years after issuing, you're sure the person's dead and the call's available. So they're trying to do no, it's true. So they're trying to.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So they're trying to do a thing where you have to renew every 5 years just to say, hey, I'm still in the hobby. Hey, I'm still around. I'm not opposed to that. I think it makes sense when you really think about it. Like, if somebody gets their license and then they're absent for 20 years, we don't have tons of call signs right now. That's a big issue we have. Is you guys? I think what is it? You guys have 90. I think it's something like 90 something. I'm trying to remember what he said. Like you guys have like kilo,
November and whiskey.
November, like, so you have like 90 prefixes available, something like that.
It's the easiest way to remember it is it spells wank.
Anyways,
WANK. Seriously.
The way that Canada, from what I understand,
I know. No, I totally get it.
Yeah,
Totally
that's all the American call signs will start with WAN or K.
Yep.
So whatever it is, I'm not obviously that wasn't my presentation, but I understood that we are misusing our call sign allocations compared to most of the rest of the world. Like we can't get the volume of call signs that you guys can because of the way we manage it. And so they're trying to recreate the way that they issue them, the way that they obviously when you have 125 years, you're just gonna lose, that those call signs they're reserved, even if the person died or not. So unless you go through an extensive process to prove the person has passed away and yada, yada, yada. So there's some really cool things that are happening, or I don't know if they're cool, but there's some changes. And obviously in the ARL, there's going to be some changes. So anyways, I just thought that survey was interesting.
Daniel, is it how many different prefixes does Canada have? Is Victor Alpha and Victor Echo?
We have other ones. We have listen, like I said, I'm not the proper spokesperson for this. I think I got emailed the presentation, but we have like X-Ray Charlie, we have Charlie X-ray.
Really?
We have all kinds. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I've seen a Charlie X-ray before.
Well,
I thought that was Cuba, and I looked and like that guy's
Cuba, so we have so like there's government prefixes, there's a whole bunch of them. Some of them are reserved just for Marine Mobile, from what I understand. But they did just have, what was it? Kilo Charlie and Charlie Kilo for the coronation of King Charles. That was a 3-month, it ended this week. You had a 3-month being able to use that. But anyways, there's a bunch of prefixes that we don't use efficiently. And so they're trying to sit with the government to propose this, or potentially sit with the government to propose this. And so there's going to be some changes. My only question was, with having to renew every 5 years, do I have to pay a fee every 5 years now where I didn't before? And they said, no, it's pretty much back end stuff, website server things where you just log in and kind of say, hey, we're here. And they don't think there's going to be a fee for that. So anyways,
I don't know all the Canadian prefixes, and I don't know if you guys have 0 through 9 for all the Victor Alpha and Victor Echoes, but because sometimes a country will be different.
Listen, I'm not even the Charlie X-ray. There's an X-ray something. I'll see if I can find the presentation to show you guys. But there's a bunch
that
that
X-ray? Was that a
no, seriously. I was like, what? But I'll see if I can find.
Yeah, there's a weird one for Canada. I've seen it before. So it's not Charlie X-ray. Somebody said Charlie X-ray is Uruguay.
But, yeah, let me see if I can find it.
There's another one. There's a weird one for Canada.
So W5ANK is actually in use and it's effective as of 2016 and expires in 2026.
So here it is. We have Charlie Foxtrot, Charlie Kilo, Victor Alpha to Victor Golf, Victor Oscar, Victor X-ray, Victor Yankee, X-ray Juliet to X-ray Oscar.
See, I would have thought that was Mexico right there.
Yeah. So, but some of those they're not issuing right now. Some of them are like anyways, like I said, I don't know enough about it, but I watched the presentation. I thought it was pretty cool. And I'm sure someone's going to have somebody from the RAC on their website. If not, maybe Pascal will or something like that. So.
Yeah, Pascal would. Yeah, that'd be a good show for him. I bet.
You know, Dairy Queen does the same thing with their Blizzard flavors. They have them for a couple of years, then they put them up to the shelf, and then they bring in other flavors, and then it's just. And now they're running out of flavor names and flavors. What to do? Just saying.
I mean, my call sign was dormant from 67 until 2020, 21, when I picked it back up. It would have been set aside.
My grandfather, same thing.
My grandpa's call.
I called my grandfather when he was alive, and I said, "Hey, listen, I need a favor from you. What do you think?" I said, "I know you're not dead yet,
I know you're not dead.
But your original call sign is available, and I know it's tradition. You wait till you become a silent key." He says, "No, grab it now. Don't be foolish. Grab it now."
Yeah.
He said, "Just do me a favor." He says, "Just hold on to it as long as." And I mean, I thought about getting some, but I'm not. I'm keeping it.
No, I would keep that.
I loved my original one. It kind of had some of the things that I do and everything, but this one here, I'm keeping. And
I'm not getting rid of mine either.
No, I'm keeping. I'm holding on to it.
So see, Mike says here in the UK they're running out of call signs too. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Canada. Just we do it really different than a lot of other countries. They want to because even we're in violation for some of our special events calls because we sometimes end them with a number as opposed to a letter.
Oh, okay.
So there's one for Vimy, or if they use an example, but it was supposed to be ham radio has been growing by 2% in Canada annually.
That's awesome.
Wow. Good.
That is good.
I mean, I guess running out of call signs is a good thing. And
that's a good
bad thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's a good thing that you have that much increased activity. I think I blame Parks on the Air for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
I blame
Everybody
Molson,
does that.
and I blame Molson because we said in February a couple of years ago, come on, we got to do this, and he's like, yeah, and I'll represent Canada. See what happens? Molson gets on YouTube.
Yep.
And the whole amateur radio world explodes. Thank you, Molson.
Oh, sure.
The ambassador.
The ambassador for
the ambassador.
If somebody's gonna be a Karen because I don't know all of the thing behind what's going on, like I'm just saying something's happening. It's pretty cool, but like somebody's gonna be like, you shouldn't talk about it if you don't know about it. Well, you know what?
I know enough about it to make conversation.
Well, tell you what, our last show, Molson knew a lot about what he was talking about. I will stick up and I will tell you that. So he knew exactly what was going on. Everybody, Jason also. So
this is also episode 120 of the Clubhouse.
Nice.
120. We getting old, boys.
Fat and old.
We didn't.
Hey, I've lost 30 pounds. Speak for yourself.
We didn't.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
Guys, remember we said we're only going to do it once a month, and then we were like, oh no, how long can it last? And I think it was Molson who said, no, we got to do this thing weekly. We got to.
So I have no life and anything else to do on Tuesday nights. I'm like, I need something to fill my time.
That is very true.
Give the cows a break.
Yeah, we need to. Eventually, I'm going to take the time to go through and create like a best of to find some of the clips. But I want to replay. Like we should all do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of thing where we all together rewatch the first episode.
Oh,
That's gonna be brutal.
Maybe at episode 200 or something like that, we'll rewatch the first episode of the Clubhouse because I
That's a
think
good
that
idea.
would be epic.
That's a good idea. You had mentioned doing a Mystery Science Theater about someone else's live streams last weekend, Shane, and I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea.
That'd be
too.
great.
So,
For some of
Yeah.
you who may
Yeah.
not be aware, Google that. Put that into the YouTube machine, Mystery Science Theater
Mystery
3000. It is so hilarious.
freaking awesome.
Jason, I mean this as a very serious as well as to many of the others who I consider my veterans, my mentors. Jason, you're here. I'll tell you, I have watched some of your beginning videos. You talk about that. It's basically 2 meters. I think you're talking about your 2 meter rig.
I gotta pull it up.
You have grown. I have
absolutely.
No. But from everything from
yes.
audio to camera angles and just
To putting
how
things
you-
on screen instead of writing it on
Yeah.
paper.
right,
Yes.
right. To how you
Yes.
to how you explain something. And guess what? I've done it with T.O. I've done it with Ape. I've done it with Mike. I've done it with Josh. I've done it with so many guys. It's actually helped me too. And
good idea.
It's always fun to go back. It's not a bad thing because I think if you can look at where you can say, how can I improve myself, or
Right.
what can I do? How did somebody used to do it, but now look at how they've progressed. And progression is always good. That is always
Right.
very positive.
So there's a guy I follow about how to make YouTube video. His whole company is about how to make YouTube, how to build a YouTube channel, how to go full time on YouTube, how to do social media. Think Media is the company. Sean Cannell.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of you guys have heard of him. Hayden is a follower of his as well. He's always, one of his catchphrases, and I don't think he came up with this, but he repeats it all the time, is your first videos are your worst videos.
Oh God, that's so true.
Yeah, and it's very true. And I got to thinking about that a while back, a year or two ago, and I'm like, you know what? Because sometimes people ask me, well, how do you do this? How did you change from this? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, here's the thing, okay? You want your first videos to be your worst videos because, and I'll tell you why. Because if the video you're making today looks just like the one you made 2 or 3 years ago, you're not growing.
Oh, absolutely.
Good point.
And you want to grow, you want to improve. Another thing he says, Sean Cannell says, is get 1% better with every video. So you want that growth. You want to learn by trial and error, or you want to do research and decide how to improve yourself. So yeah, I mean, some people were like, oh, should we take down our bad videos from? No, leave those up there. I mean, I've got 138,000 views on that crappy TH9800 video.
That's me watching it over and over.
The first time I ever met Mike, he's like, I must have watched that video 200 times. And I'm like,
Yes.
cool, man. Yeah, that's great. So,
Yes.
and it's a terrible video. Now, it gets the point across.
No,
It tells you
but
how
hold
to
on,
program the radio. So,
but it also shows the progression of our hobby. Also,
Yes.
there's again for history buffs like me, and there's so many guys out there. We like looking at the older rigs back from the 90s or early 2000s. It's fun to watch this stuff. It really is.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine if YouTube had been around back in like the 60s? And you can go back and watch videos of like a brand new Kenwood or a Yaesu radio that's 40 years old now being released, and them going through the menus and whatnot. That would be freaking cool.
The
So
icon
or some of
had
the
the
old boat
thumb
anchor
wheels on it.
radios.
Yeah. So in 20 years from now, you're going to go back and watch videos about the 7300 and the FT991A and everything, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, wow, that radio looks brand new." I see these at Hamfest all the time for $50, you know. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's going to be it would be really cool to go back and watch some really old videos about like the old Yaesu FT101.
Oh yeah,
or the Kenwood twins or the Drake twins or something.
It was the
like
latest
that.
and greatest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know the worst part is like when we tell our grandkids that we were like the coolest and hippest and all that. It's not like my grandfather. I'm like, oh, I wonder how it was like life back then for my grandfather, how he was. You know, there's no video proof or anything. And then in like 40 years, my grandkids are gonna be like, oh, he was an idiot. So
yeah. Did you guys ever get on the radio? Or did you just get together to drink all the time?
Well, my grandfather used to tell us stories about the field days of how they operate out of a trunk because there was boat anchors. These transmitters and these separate receivers were actually 50, 60 pounds.
Oh yeah,
and it weighed down the vehicle.
Yeah.
So
and that's what these guys did. Yeah.
I'll bring up a picture here in a minute of my grandfather sitting at his home station, and he's got that separate receiver and transmitter
Yeah.
sitting
Yep.
on his desk. But I want to show you this. This is the latest and greatest of Ham Radio 2.0 here. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Oh, here we go.
What's up, beer snack?
Are we sure we want to go back in time?
Before
Are
we
we
were
sure we wanna
editing
go back in
video, we would always
Yes.
want to make sure we write down the topics that you're going to cover for the video.
That's right.
Yeah.
on a piece of paper.
Our key points. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. This
That
is
is
how we're
an
going.
excellent slate right there. That is an excellent
That's
slate
it.
right there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
If
I
you
put
want
it
to
in-
contact us, you can go to grapevineamateurradio.com.
Oh my God.
Yep. That's
And look
it.
where you're at now. 140
We've
what?
come a long-
147,000 subscribers
Yeah.
now.
We've come a long way, baby. That's
I
great.
know it, man. It's
I love
fun. It's fun.
It is.
I love every minute of it. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's good.
So Shane, in 1955, another story. When we here in the state of Connecticut, it was called the Housatonic River. Major flooding. I mean, this thing destroyed towns like you would not believe. Of epic, And these guys were operating on 10-meter AM back then,
Oh wow.
and they were stealing car batteries. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I'm like, my grandfather stole something. Like, oh my God. He's like, we needed the power. These cars were all upside down and you were never gonna but that's what they did. And then when the batteries ran out of juice, they just put them over to the side and someone took care of them later on. Who knows what landfill they got buried in.
Right.
But that's what these guys did to supplement the communications. Now, obviously, in today's world, it's a lot different. But can you imagine guys working, CB whips on 10-meter AM and to work, across the state of Connecticut, which is again the size of your counties, but
Right.
and they got the job done. They got the job done.
So we have
One of the-
another shout out real quick. HKMP5S. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. 1776 for the super chat. Thanks so much. We appreciate that. Happy 4th, Clubhouse. And then I found the picture. So for those of you that are not familiar, I have my grandfather's call sign. And the way that I kind of got interested in it was my mother sent me a picture of my grandfather working his station. So that's my granddad back in somewhere around 65, 67, something like that.
Was he a railroader?
I don't think
No, he was a
those look
carpenter.
like chef pants.
He was a carpenter, so those are the overalls. And I did this. I was trying to figure out what this station was, and I had someone on 100 watts in a wire tell me what the receiver was, and someone actually had one and sent it to me. So I have one of these receivers sitting in my closet in there. I don't know what kind of transmitter that is, but I'd love to get when I get a full grown shack at some point. I would love to reset up this kind of shack to in a kind of an homage to my granddad. But that'd be kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Don't drop that on your foot.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
That's how Jack Daniels died. He kicked his safe.
Hi guys.
What's up,
Yeah,
beer
buddy?
snack?
snack.
Happy
Beer
4th of
snack.
July. I just got back from a little vacation. I got a few minutes here. Let's jump in here. And Jason was talking a few minutes ago about the call signs for the United States, WANK, right?
Yeah.
So that was that. The other comment I made somewhere in the chat somewhere, why don't we switch to call signs version 6? Just like they went from IPv4.
IPv6. Mm-hmm.
So we got those. How's everybody doing tonight? We good?
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
Good? Long time no see.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Well, we missed you, man. You're on a roll. 2 weeks spaced out. Not bad. Bi-weekly
Yeah.
beer snack.
Bi-weekly
Right.
beer.
We're going to shorten it to buy beer snack.
Buy beer snack what? Beer?
Oh, no. Or buy Dan, whatever you want to call it.
Bye. See it.
So, oh wow! All right. Ham Radio Half says I was born on a bicentennial year, so it's easy to remember how old the U.S. is now. LOL. Come on, beer snack, get back in here.
bro, what happened? Yeah.
There he
What do
is.
you mean? I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Got me for a few minutes, like I said.
So, is it? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You speak.
I'm drinking. So,
Yeah,
do you
I'm
guys
not,
not
actually.
have any fireworks around your place there, or is it raining? Bad weather.
Actually, the bad weather just passed through here about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. So they had to wipe everything out because it was still remnants of lightning. So nobody's going out in fields.
That sucks. Izzo, you said that you were supposed to get weather tonight too, right?
Actually, it's cleared up, and I can. I don't think you guys can hear it. If it is, I'll do an echo cancellation.
I hear something banging in the back. Is that fireworks?
Yeah, that's So the whole beach community, everyone just puts their hands in their pockets and they, do a festivities of their own. So, but,
I've seen those aerial videos over towns and like cities where it's just like fireworks, like all as far as you can see.
Well, that's
Everybody
the
in their backyard and-
well, there's obviously the professional ones that cost
Yeah.
anywhere from 30 to 60,000, but then you got the homebrew ones. We'll call them.
Yeah.
We'll call them the
Those are the
homebrew
best
ones.
ones.
Yeah, those are the best ones. Until last night, one guy down on the beach on one of the jetties, he didn't have enough room to step away, so it was a very narrow area, and some of the stuff was shooting back towards us. So it was kind of like, hey, wait a minute, guys, but it was still fun. So.
Ham Radio Hef, thanks for the 1976 super chat. I was born on the bicentennial year, so it's easy to remember how old the USA is.
Awesome.
So you guys
What
want to
about-
hear some history? You want to hear some history?
I think my ears are gonna start bleeding. Go ahead.
No.
Did you get the Evolve Maestro?
Oh, look at that! Look
The
at
$60
that,
laptop?
Pierce. Look at that.
So-
It's not $60 anymore.
That's like
No,
$100
no.
now, I think.
Yeah.
No, so I made a comment a couple weeks ago that I was looking for one, and one just happened to show up in the mailbox.
Nice. Nice.
So
It's funny
I
how that
appreciate it.
works.
Yeah,
Nice.
Secret Santa.
Nice. Even better.
Oh, where is it?
Oh, no.
No.
That's many, many months from now.
We got 6 months before we
Yeah.
start doing
Ah,
that.
Christmas in July. We're good.
So Ed has a good the Jankopotamus laptop.
Yep.
So I think Izzo prepared some interesting facts around Independence Day, the 4th of July. So go ahead and let us know, Izzo, share some of your wealth and knowledge.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but I'm going to kind of...
Never.
So, yes, I promise. Watch this,
Okay.
guys. This is going to be called the short version, okay? So, back in the day, and we're talking about 300-400 years ago, the colonies were all, were being formed. We had the English, the Irish, Scottish, and many other European people came over to what is known as today as America. And then they started getting really angry because they didn't want to swear their loyalty to England and King George III. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They were all big tensions. They were outraged in 1765 when England imposed what was called the Stamp Act that eventually got appealed. But then England turned around and created what was called the Declaratory Act, and which gave Great Britain full, complete power over the people over here. And that even just riled up the flame even more. And when you think about who we are today, and I don't really care what country you come from, but if there's something you don't
That's
like,
what we did to King George.
yeah, we got
Insane.
really angry. We got
Yeah.
really angry at him. So
Thanks, Jim.
the group started getting together, and they got Thomas Jefferson. I don't know if they made him or said, "Hey, who pulled the shortest straw?" But Thomas Jefferson was Shane. I kind of think of you sometimes around here because you do a lot of work for us behind the scenes. So Thomas Jefferson had to do a lot of shit behind the scenes, and he had to create this document, which eventually became the Declaration of Independence. It got approved on July 2nd. It got they talked about it. It got really approved on, I guess, July 4th, but it all didn't get signed until August, because by the time everyone traveled, because remember back in those days there was no such thing as let's just get on
A Southwest flight.
Southwest flight, right, or Amtrak. Everything was probably horse and buggy and whatever, or else you had
Or
to
walk.
walk. And,
Walk.
your thumb did a lot of this for you. So,
You were thumbing
But-
for the next coach to come by.
But when it got signed, John Hancock, who was part of this group, wrote it in big font. That's why if you ever look at the document and you see the John Hancock being so big, John Hancock said he wanted to make sure his name was so big so King George could read it without his spectacles. Meaning that was
his
like
FU.
That was a huge FU was saying.
Yes.
Don't worry about putting on your glasses. This says we don't want to have anything to do with you. And then obviously, as you know, things started happening and we started fighting and this and that. But it was very interesting again how the group of people came together and said, we don't want to be part of you for various reasons, probably religious, the taxation. Kind of funny now because after the war, General Washington said, hey guys, we got to pay for the war. So now we have to start taxing, which is exactly what the British did.
It was taxation without representation is what it was.
Right. Truly.
They just came over here and said, hey, we're going to tax you and you don't have anything to say about it. And that's what it was, more that than it was the tax itself. But yes, yes.
And one of the biggest things that was being taxed was tobacco, guys. So there you go.
Oh yeah,
they're screwing over the cigar guys.
Exactly, and the Marlboro man, and the Lucky Strike guy.
Right.
So
Lucky Strike guy, 1776.
But today, so here we are.
Ye old strike.
Ye old hear he. So today, here we are in 2023. Today's reigning champion, Joey Chestnut, I think after 16 years, won the hot dog contest again from Nathan's. Some say he only did 62. I say God bless you for eating 62. 76 is his record, but still, to eat 62 hot dogs in 10 minutes with the bun.
Sounds like you ate it.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he fighting? Wasn't he fighting like a animal protester while he was doing it too?
No, there was nobody up there with him.
No.
They played it today when I was at work.
I don't know. There's somebody, I saw it in the news. Somebody was doing a hot dog eating competition and was fighting off a protester while they were in it. I gotta find that.
I don't know about that, but all
that's 20,000 calories, by the way,
per dog, or
for 62 dogs. That's 20,000 calories, and
this guy is
almost 800 grams of protein.
So get this. This guy is so dedicated to winning.
Right. Meat sweats.
He's been doing yoga to do something with his upper and lower GIs and to relax things and this and that. And he has a whole regiment of what he does the day before, 2 days before, 3 days before. This man is serious about
he makes
winning.
like 10 grand every time he hoards down like 62 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Plus they were talking about all the residuals of things that he gets for winning, which is very, it's a nice incentive. But I gotta say, man, like tonight, where he is, it's 8:57 here on the East Coast. I don't know if I want to eat 62 hot dogs. I don't with the buns. I don't want to spend my evening in the bathroom. I don't think, except for a colonoscopy. That's the only time I want to. And that's because you have to for good health.
They don't like throw up or anything. They train themselves, because if you yak in the middle of that, you lose like a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Okay. Share my screen there, Shane. I got to show you this to you. I'm telling you, watch this. Okay. I don't know if you hear that, but do you hear the audio or no?
No.
Okay, good. Look at this right there.
Right where?
Take him out.
Oh, look at the host. Look what the host did.
Yeah. She's like, get out of here.
Man, that's almost better than WWF wrestling. Imagine if Vince McMahon came in and said, get off my show.
He's like, don't get in front of my glizzy.
Go, Jake the Snake. Get in here. Undertaker, where are you?
Wow. There's always one in the crowd.
There is always one. So congratulations, Joey Chestnut. Hey, guys, fireworks. We spend over $3 billion a year between professional shows and we'll say the home growers who want to do this. Missouri is the biggest state that has the most fireworks from everything from professional to backyard. Missouri.
I figured Texas would.
So who's over there?
Blow stuff up.
So who's here? Kyle, Norm, Shaq and Craig in Missouri.
Norm's in Texas.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
well, anyway, for all you guys in Missouri, hats off to you, man. You guys take the the one for fireworks. So
Okay, yeah. Wait. So you have
Heiken
the
and
number
Hammond.
one.
Hiking
Go
and
ahead.
Hammond, 1776 super chat. Thank you so much. I want to hear Izzo do the Martha Washington was a hip, hip, hip lady monologue from Dazed and Confused.
no, we don't do that.
So good.
And it has not been proven that Martha
So good.
that Betsy Ross did the flag. That's still been a debate. And there was also some debate whether George and Betsy were having some kind of thing going on.
Kind of.
After, anyway, we're not going to talk about that right now.
Mm.
All right. So hot dogs. Every July 4th holiday, over 150 million hot dogs are eaten. 100 across the United States, man. This is just the United States, guys. So this isn't crazy. 375 million hamburgers.
Oh my God.
Over
That's
3
a lot of
billion.
burgers.
That's a lot of cows that died for that.
Over $3 billion in chicken. People have purchased over $3 billion
They're
worth of
making
chicken.
nachos.
Between
Yes.
your quesadillas, your wings, your strips, your thighs, your breasts. Holy Christ.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. I screwed that one up. $3 billion is spent on beer and wine. So there you go.
Is that all?
So
Wow.
do we know how much how many gallons of beer is consumed?
I couldn't
Or
find,
sold?
something. I really wanted to find the facts of what gets sold as well as how much Miller Lite in gallons. Because
I'd like
Nebraska.
I would like to see how much. No, seriously. I would like to see how much Bud Light was sold today as compared to this day last year.
I was just going to say that. I would love to see that.
No reason. I just curious.
Just
I stopped at the beer shop today. Their cooler was overflowing.
Yeah.
with the BL.
Yes. Yes. Don, do you have statistics on the safety side of the fireworks?
Yes, I do. Hang on.
How many fingers?
Let's see. Going from 5 fingers to 4 fingers. Quickly going back, it was John Adams. He wrote, after everything was all ratified and John Adams wrote a letter back to his family saying that this holiday needs to be I don't want to screw up this word.
I've got that quote right here, Don. If you want me to read that part.
Yeah, because it's not sodomized. How do you say that word? Solemnized. What do you say? It. You say it,
that one. That one's not in the. You just killed Shane. He's dead.
It's
Here's the one that I have. It's only part of it though. Well, I got to find it. Yeah.
Sodomized.
And it's not sodomized.
It begins with S. Solomonized.
Yeah.
Is it Solomonized?
Yeah.
Anyway.
John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, the 4th day of July ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance from solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shoes, SHEWS. I don't know what that word means. Somebody put it in
we're
the
gonna
chat.
Google that.
Shoes, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations to the end from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward and forevermore.
I love that. I'm going to put that in my garage. I swear to, I'm going to write that on one of the walls.
Yeah, that's a fantastic quote.
So shoes is an archaic spelling of show. So we should do shows. Yep.
And that's why we are here tonight.
45 Auto beat me to it.
45 Auto got it. Yeah.
Yep. And Mike Mike says Samsonite. I was way off.
I was way off. Simonized. We Simonized it.
Simonized. Wax on, wax off. That's why we are here tonight. We are Solomonizing.
Good thing that Connecticut accent doesn't pronounce an L like a D.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
That's why we are here tonight, to have fun and keep the camaraderie going from our forefathers and everything. And to answer Beer Snack's question, annually 800 to 900 people go to the emergency room due to firework related injuries. So guys, be careful. Tomorrow you want to have 5 fingers. No, wait, 10 fingers and 10 toes.
5 fingers in each hand. Yes.
5 and 5. Yes, you do.
You don't want to be the alien. Missing a digit.
You don't want to be ET.
Why do you?
You're good.
I mean, like years I've spent throwing firecrackers, and I have all of them. I don't know why that's so hard.
And Brian is right. There is always one. There is always one who does that.
They drink Bud Light.
I remember seeing it. I swear to God, I remember seeing it as a kid. This guy had these dungaree cutoff shorts with the fringe. This is back in the it was 75 or 77. It might have been the big one. 70s,
Josh got
1976.
it right. Nothing like day drinking and blasting off fireworks.
Yeah,
That's why you need to buy.
right.
That's what. Listen,
If they were
We,
losing
we call that field day.
so true.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
Now,
Poda
this
for
field day
me.
was missing a lot of tannerite.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah. That's true.
We got to make up for that next year.
Yep.
But as a young kid, we all learn about salutes. We learn about M80s, M100s, Roman candles. Sparklers are for the kiddies, and then you kind of graduate up and everything. It's always, let's go borrow a beer bottle or a wine bottle from a family member so we can stick the Roman candle in there. I swear it's a rite
use
of
the
passage.
beer bottle. You just hold it like this and just hope.
Well, that's how those numbers are going to the emergency room.
I will say though, sparklers are not just for the kiddies, because you can get those like plain Jane sparklers. You can buy like 12 packs of them, and you get some duct tape, and you can duct tape them together. That is a bomb. When
Yes,
that middle sparkler gets down to everything wrapped up in electrical tape, that is a bomb, and it makes one hell of a noise.
Somebody used to have the M80 or the M100. If you tied X amount, it comes out to the equivalent of certain dynamite sticks. I forget if somebody has that. Please post that. I always find that very
Tannerite
interesting.
and garden gnomes next year.
Yes.
Oh, the garden gnome, man! I like the gnomes.
Yes.
But I like the gnomes, man. They're cool guys.
That's
and
for
people.
field day at the deer lease. The garden
yeah.
gnomes and the Tannerite.
What's
Jason,
that?
do
Well,
you want to
honestly,
share
that-
that?
Yeah, if whenever's Dawn is done,
Okay.
there's another historical.
All right,
there's a
I'm done.
historical
I'm done.
thing.
I'm done. Go for it.
just going to talk about fireworks. So I love doing a lot of fireworks and stuff, and I used to do it by hand with a blowtorch or whatever. I bought a professional system, and to be honest with you, I'm so much more comfortable. Even though I have a lot of confidence in myself, it's you can even use some batteries to set those things off. Like if you get the Talon clips, if you want to do fireworks,
to sponsor that.
Yes, that's a great idea.
If you do fireworks, there's a lot of ways that are not expensive to be safe, and I would encourage you, from somebody who used to just go and not care, do it, because
Also, what's the
it's pretty
law?
nasty.
What's the law? Is there one blanket law for all of the Canadian provinces regarding fireworks? Is it allowed?
Oh, we have
permitted,
stricter
prohibited?
laws than you guys, but let's we can come back. Let Jason do his present, what he show us what he wants, and then I'll talk to you about fireworks laws in Canada.
There's so the document that I read today on my live stream is a thing. It's about Independence Day from the patriotpost.com, and it's got quotes from George Washington and John Adams, like Izzo was reading. But this one right here, this historical footnote, I didn't read this part today, but when Don was reading some history, I thought, oh, this is a good part. So the famous flag flown over Fort McHenry during the War of 1812, as depicted below, was the inspiration for our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Here's a picture of the flag. Obviously, it's like a chalk drawing of it. It had 15 stars and stripes. In 1795, 2 stars and stripes were added to the colonial flag representing Kentucky and Vermont. This is the only U.S. flag to have 15 stripes. In 1818, Congress proclaimed that 1 star for each new state will be added to on the 4th of July following the state's admission to the Union, and there will be 13 stripes to represent the 13 colonies. So that is how the flag, as we know it today, was born.
He is correct, and the only thing that has changed were the stars. So the stripes always
Right.
remained the same at 13, and
Right.
then in 1960, when Hawaii came in, that's when the 50th star was added. So
Correct.
there you go, guys. So
Correct.
You learned something on my Ham Radio Clubhouse tonight.
we learned about how many
Sometimes we learn.
150 million hot dogs are eaten. That's a lot of hot
Sheesh.
dogs, my
They're,
friend.
a lot of
they're
hot dogs.
glizzies. They're not hot dogs. They're glizzies.
Glizzies.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
all right, because you got hot dogs, you've got the regular size, you got frankfurters, right? Which ones were they specific, or they just said?
They didn't
hot
break
dogs,
them
just
down. Yeah, they didn't break them down just to the ones that sit on the rollers at Wawa or anything. No, they didn't.
Wawa don't have rollers.
Wow.
7-Eleven has the rollers.
Back in the day when I worked at Wawa, we had the rolling machine. Oh yeah. I bet you Cumbies has. I bet you Cumberland Farms has it. The 7-Eleven. They have to.
Sheesh.
Molson, Canada. What's the
Yeah.
rules?
So we have consumer grade fireworks, obviously, like you guys do, except for our consumer grade fireworks can contain less than what it appears that you guys can buy. I've seen some fireworks that sell consumer, like fireworks places that sell consumer cakes and stuff that seem to have quite a little bit more of a a bang than what we have here. We have 1.4 G class or class C for fireworks for consumer grade. If you want to go higher, you have to get your license for pyrotechnic license. But I have to tell you that even the consumer grade, which is usually, I think they're about the equivalent to your 500-gram cakes and stuff like that that you guys have there. You can do a really nice show with those. I don't know if you know, I talked about it, I think, on Jason's stream one time, but I'm big into fireworks, especially in the winter time. For New Year's, I usually do about a 10 to 15 minute pyro musical. So I plan it all out. I plan it all. You guys never seen that?
Do you not use? Do you use Kyle's Node Red for that? Because he has like a whole Node Red control board for.
No. I showed you guys. I have a real professional fireworks.
We haven't seen this.
It's in the back room chat that we have, and he has shown it to us.
Hold on.
Long time ago.
We're gonna pretend like he hasn't, because I think that would be like great content for tonight to see how just because first off, he builds a freaking skating rink every winter.
Yes.
And I mean, come on. And then he invites all the neighbor kids to come skate on his skating rink, as well as putting on a fireworks display for all of his. What is he doing?
What the hell?
Well, he's building stuff, and we're about to learn.
Are you building a firework display over there?
I realized I didn't mute my microphone.
We know.
Hanging around over there.
So
Holy
this is
cow.
this is the Cobra firing system, really cool system. So this is the module that you put in the field.
I really want to push a button right now. Sorry.
What kind of case? What kind of case is that? What kind
It looks like that looks like a live streaming control box.
That's
Right?
what I was thinking of, man.
And then this is this is the controller with the antenna. So
it's radio control.
And does that say 1812 on it?
radio controlled.
So like the 1812 Overture?
It's the 18R2. So
Yes!
you can get modules. You can get modules like this up to, I think it's 72 channels, and you sync them all. And then I also have.
Do you have a video of this in use?
I have videos of it, yeah. And then this is the audio. So you have your Talon clips or your electric ignition that go to the module. And what I do is I will import songs into a media program, like say a video editor, and I will go through the manufacturer's videos of their fireworks, and I will categorize them pre when I start to do my pyromusical preparation based on the tempo that it seems to go out, like that the cakes or whatever go off, and then I will start to lay out pretty much a whole video of what I want my fireworks show to look like based on these product videos that are put out there. And then you take that timing and you put it to a comma separated table, and that gets imported to the controller. And that controller then with that spreadsheet will ignite on a time code when you want those cakes to go off. In that controller, you can bump up the timing or retard it so that it lines up with your music perfectly, so you can sync it. And then this audio controller here, you load onto a USB key, and when you press the first ignition to go, there's no lag. It syncs your audio right away, so that when you light your show, your first button, the music starts right on the. There's no lag. There's no booting, and then on your controller you can bump up or slow it down to get your timing in line with your fireworks show. And then you can also do manual.
Okay.
You can do manual ignitions.
Yeah, so this totally has to be Winterfield Day. Sorry.
Right.
That's
Yeah. So
we're gonna
in
fly you to Texas for Winterfield Day.
So
For the greatest display ever.
Dude, I honestly, I usually have about 70, 80 to 100 people here for New Year's. And that's my big thing is I spent several $1,000s on fireworks and I do a pyro musical and people come and I have big speakers that go outside and we just have a hell of a time for about 10, 15 minutes. We usually do it at 10 o'clock at night so that the young kids who come can get to bed early. And yeah.
Jody says Molson's best show, his remix is "Who Let the Cows Out." Boom, 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 boom.
Nice.
So,
I want to see a video of that.
Is that the same?
That's
Is that the
awesome.
same controller that the guys from Toad's Coffee and Ham Radio use? They give me some milk. Do they push that same button? Is that,
Yeah.
is that,
It
is
doesn't
that
blow
what
up like that.
Doesn't
this is
blow
not this is not a stream deck, okay? This is like a real yeah.
That's
This
that's
is
a high precision piece of
pyromaniacs.
it's a high precision piece of machinery.
So I used to use so I used to do it by hand. And then I bought this system called the Firefly system, which is like a $200 control module, and it's horrible. So I gave it to my brother-in-law.
Of course.
So I did. It didn't work well, especially at -30. I had to put hot paws around the ignition clips because it used to be like used to charge up this thing. It was like you put a bunch of D batteries in it, and it would just send like a 6-volt to like a little electronic element that would sit on the fuse and like glow red, and you hope it catches. But if it's like -30, it doesn't glow. So then I switched to this, and honestly, I on Canada Day, which was I think Saturday, I forget what day it was. I was at the fireworks show, and I'm watching these guys with flares setting off these huge, huge is relative, 5-inch, 6-inch, mortars.
Yes.
And I would never want to do that by hand with a fuse. And I'm like, why can't you guys buy? It's not that expensive. Buy the system.
So you should offer your system up for rent.
No, actually, I was hoping like when COVID hit and things were slow at work, I was like, maybe I can, because if you volunteer for a couple if you volunteer, I forget what it was. I looked into getting my license for pyrotechnic license because I want to be able to buy bigger shells. If you volunteer on a show, I think so many hours, then I think you can qualify to go do your test and get your license. I forget what it was. It's been about 3 years since I looked into it, but if work continued to stay slow, I would have just went and volunteered for a couple shows so I can get my pyro license, but didn't work out. Let's do the fireworks say after they explode.
Boom, eh?
The Terrence and Phillips song is in my head right now.
Yes.
Lawnmower says Molson, is Nickelback real or just a story used to frighten children into behaving? You talking about the band?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So we have a moment here of one of our fellow YouTubers. Joe Brett has officially passed 4,000 watch hours. So he now has the ability to have super chats and make 10 cents for every video that he does.
Molson, light off the fireworks.
Congratulations,
Molson, light off the fireworks.
That is.
Molson,
I'm here to tell you, as a small YouTube channel, that is hard.
It's
That
hard.
4,000 watch hours is hard to get to.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So congratulations, Joe Brett.
The first step is obviously to post videos, but leaving that aside for the moment.
Hey, Molson.
Rude.
Molson, does your pyro license expire in 125 years also? Overland, you rock, man.
That
That's
would
a
be
great
awesome.
one. That's a great one.
So just so you guys know, this is the other part. You clip this. There's two. This is these are Talon clips. There's another one that's you have to have a license for, but this just clips on, and there's a small little element when you send the electrical current down this, it sparks it. Really good system. So anyways, that's the whole thing.
I want to see a video of this. This We Build, We Learn should be pyrotechnics. Just saying.
Yeah, I even filmed. I filmed so much. I never edited it. I filmed something the other day.
Send
I never
it to
edited
me.
it.
I'll edit it.
Just put it up unedited. It's okay.
Yeah.
I was with a customer. I was at work today with a customer, and I'm like, they're like, "Hey, can you show me a picture?" So I have like 5,000 pictures, and I have like, all of a sudden you see pictures with me like like a selfie, and they're like, "What are you doing selfies for?" I'm like, "No, it's not a selfie. That's just recording a video."
Right.
Really no power poles. What's up with that?
Power.
I don't think the power poles connect properly.
Power poles connect to everything. You make it connect to power poles.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find a video. You guys keep going. I'll see if I can find a video for you.
It should be on We Will We Learn.
Cool.
Should be.
You know,
Yeah.
just saying.
Leave me alone.
Just saying. When was the last time you uploaded a video?
It was 10 years ago.
It was 84 years ago. It was Foursquare and how many? Oh,
Foursquare.
Foursquare?
Yeah.
What are we in? Freaking recess?
I mean, it is Independence Day,
You didn't do a video about Hamvention?
right?
I recorded.
That's
That was
step
it.
one. That's step one.
You got to edit it after that.
When it gets cold in Canada and he's sitting inside, he'll do it.
No, he won't. He's
No.
He'll put it in and go, what did I want to say about this?
Right, exactly.
Glare at me, you know it's true.
So we tossed out the link to a few people. So if you're in our backstage, Mike and Scout, any of you guys, if y'all want to hop in for a few minutes and talk about what you guys are doing on the 4th of July, you got the link. So come say hi.
Scout can't. I texted Scout already. He can't.
We can. He's in the chat.
He's busy. He said he's busy.
He's busy watching the Clubhouse. So
He's multitasking.
I think he's having internet issues.
Yeah, he's
You
multitasking.
talking to
Oh,
me?
that's right. Because he's Scout,
Yeah.
not Molson. Oh,
No,
that's
not
right.
Molson.
He's doing like most of us in actually uploading a video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason, do you want to talk about the playlist that's coming up? I know we had talked about that. Is there a specific date? I know we don't have times or anything like that, but we do have a date.
Correct.
We're going to try to put a bunch of videos out for everybody. So
So
you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So we used to do Monday Night Ham Radio every Monday.
And Thursday.
And Thursday. Yeah, we would do Monday, Thursday. We had a Wednesday thing there for a little while, which included live
That's right.
streams,
Yeah.
But so we kind of slacked off on that. People kind of went their separate ways, and YouTube watch times change a lot. Like if you go into my channel now, it shows the most watch time starts at like 2:30 or 3 in the afternoon, where it used to be like 5.
Thanks, Mike.
So, yeah, but so we've talked about doing another collaborative effort for videos that released one right after the other, and we're going to do that next Monday, July 10th. Probably going to start around the 5 o'clock mark, 4:30, 5 o'clock mark, somewhere in there. I don't know exactly when yet. I've got 4 people, including myself, that have sent me links so far. So
I should be able to have mine finished by tomorrow.
that's fine. I just need it by
And I'll
like
send it to
Friday
you.
or Saturday.
Yeah.
I just
No,
need,
I'll get it over to you.
I just need I don't even need the link really. I just need the time. I need to know how long your video
Less
is,
than 10 minutes.
so that I can put it, I can kind of say, okay, posters here and premiered at this time. Posters
Yeah.
here premiered at this time. So if anybody out there with a YouTube channel, regardless of how large or how small it is, wants to join us in that effort, it's just going to be a one-time thing. We might start trying to do this like once a quarter or something like that. Probably we talked about once a month. Probably won't be that often, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so several of us are going to release video. I release a new video every Monday. I have for about 5 or 6 years now. But several of us are going to put videos together, and they'll go one right after the other. And there'll be a playlist. I think we're going to use that playlist that Frank's got.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that next Monday. So be watching for that. It should be a fun effort.
We'll tweet that link out. We'll everybody should have. If you're not part of the Clubhouse Discord, there's a link down in there. You can join up. It's free, and that's kind of where all of us hang out. Mm-hmm. And we like if you have a question about ham radio, anything like that, you can also do that while you're there. But yeah, I think that'd be really, really cool. I've got I think I'm gonna actually post the antenna that I recorded for a field day.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
That's gonna be my video.
Okay. That'd be fun.
Contribution to
I
the
think
group.
my video is what is it? I forget now. I forget what my video is, but I was going to do my Sherry node video. I'm rebuilding. I did rebuild my Sherry node, and I did it on. I've never done a all-star build on a video before. I've always done it on a live stream. So of course there's fluff and talk and blah blah blah. So I did it on an actual video this time, but it still turned out to be like 25 minutes long, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that on the night we're all doing stuff. So so I got something else I'm going to do next week, but the day before that, I want to say this too real quick, Shane. I have I'm being real honest with you guys right now, okay? So sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes I have trouble coming up with ideas for live streams. Or I have an idea that I haven't put together yet, or I have a guest I want to interview, and they're not available that night, or something like that. So I started doing these AMAs, like, I don't know, several months ago. And I think I've done it 3 times now. And
I've seen 2.
Every time I do an AMA and Ask Me Anything, it's just a question and answer session. Every time I do it, I get excellent comments in the live chat. I get excellent comments on the video afterwards. And I get emails, direct emails from people saying, dude, that was great. Thank you. You answered my question. Or, hey, this is great. Do it again. Something like that.
I say that. Do it. Seriously, do it again. I love them.
We are. So I'm going to start doing this once a month on my Sunday live streams. And I didn't really set, I was going to say, the second Sunday, the third Sunday. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear, kind of like the happy hour, I guess.
Right.
So once a month, I'm going to do an AMA. And I put it out there in the is my video way behind? Yeah, it is.
Nope.
I put it out there. No,
not
not here, this way.
Yeah.
I put it out there in the Discord, and I said, hey, I'd like to invite one person on just as a guest. Frank will be there as well. So it'll be me and a special guest, plus Frank will be in the background fielding questions. And just do an AMA and have a different YouTuber on every month. So Shane's going to join me this Sunday. We're going to do it this coming Sunday. And we're just going to do an hour and a half long Ask Me Anything about ham radio. So it's just a fun live streams are great for audience interaction and audience building and just question and answers. Just get to know your audience and build a community together with. So yeah. So
if you have that itching question that you have wanted to put in the comments, did you have?
Yeah, everybody always asks about the DX Commander. I mean, it's
I've one.
It's
literally 6 feet away.
They're asking me about building mine. They're asking me about.
Mine's not built either.
So it's like the Lego. It's like the Lego figure. It's like the meme with the Lego figure and holding a bat, and it's a dead horse on the ground, and they're beating the dead horse. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but no, it's
here.
So it's a fun time. Though. It's a fun time to do. So we're looking forward to this Sunday. It should be a fun show.
Okay, I see you shared something.
Yeah, so I'm not going to play the audio. This is on a different YouTube channel that I have. But this is just starting into the finale of my backyard fireworks that I don't know if it's showing up for you guys there.
Yeah, we can see it.
But,
well, hell, man, we got to come up to your house for crying out loud. Look at this. Look at this.
I want to do a POTA activation in Canada.
I do too. So that'd be fun.
We can get two birds stoned at once with that, I think.
Yeah, I'll just advance it a bit here, but yeah.
Wow, do you play the 1812 Overture when you do that?
No, I play. I usually let somebody choose songs for the year, like my sister or my mom. Like, hey, choose your 3 favorite songs of the year you want to do. So
Celine Dion. We do like
no, my mom.
Is that
my heart will carry on?
My heart will go on.
My heart carries on. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. So
Mike, welcome to the stream, buddy.
Mike,
can you hear me?
We can now.
Yes. 5'9". You're 5'9".
I got the AirPods in. You never know what's going to happen, you know?
Right?
Happy 4th, everybody.
Happy 4th, sir.
What are you smoking tonight?
I am smoking a, what is it? The La Gloria Cubana Medio Tiempo.
Those are good.
Good cigar.
This is pretty good. It's got a little bit of sweetness on the wrapper. I don't know what kind of wrapper it is. It's got a little bit of sweetness, little nutty, little tiny little bit of chocolatey. I texted Izzo a picture the other night. The Series
R. The Series R.
The La Gloria Cubana Serie R Maduro. is officially my favorite cigar. Now, it is absolutely freaking amazing. I
Wow.
bought one on a whim the last time I was at the cigar store. I smoked it, last Friday or something. And I'm like, this is amazing. So I went back and I bought another 8 of those and a couple
Nice.
of cigars. So,
Nice.
He is one of us now.
Yes.
Yes.
but it sucks. I'm
He
getting
is-
down to the nub here. So
He is one with the force, and the force is with
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I've had that series, or I'm gonna have to go look for that now.
Yeah,
Yep,
try it.
You're gonna have to bring that next time. I'll bring some Todos los Dias for those for you guys.
it's
We got-
pretty amazing. It's a really
We've-
dark wrapper, lots of chocolate, lots of like espresso, cream. It's the first cigar that I really started picking up like notes on. You know, you see
Flavors,
all these
yeah.
cigar shows. I watch Cigars Daily. You guys watch that show?
Yep. Oh yeah.
And he's always talking about all these. Like, I'm like, you know what? I taste smoke now.
Tastes like burning tobacco.
Yeah, but now like I'm getting like the pepperiness, the spiciness. Like I'm kind of starting to understand all that. So
He's such a grown boy.
they grew up so fast. Don't they?
proud.
He's so
Grows
grown.
up so fast.
Remember back in the day, he was only this high.
I
He was
know.
like, just give me a swish of sweet and I'll be good.
When I was in like my mid-20s, I kind of started getting into cigars, but I was smoking like the acid Cuba, like all the infused kind of ones from acid,
Right.
and they were good. But then I didn't smoke for like 20 years, and then Frank's getting and Jason's getting me into cigars, and Izzo sent me a bunch of cigars. Thank you. I still got quite a few of them in the humidor because I'm like, God, these are probably too good to smoke.
Pretzels too? How about pretzels?
Dude, I'm good on the pretzels, man.
I was about
I've
to say,
still
you
got.
have
Are
like
you
4
sure?
big
Are you
containers
sure?
of them.
You sent me 2, and then I think Beer Snack sent me another one. I still have. It's sitting in my living room right now. I have the 3rd bucket of pretzels. I'm like, I mean, it's a 5-gallon bucket of pretzels.
Yep.
Don sent you one,
Yep.
right? Didn't Don D send you one too?
Maybe it was Don. Maybe
Don-
no,
Don-
no, it was SKT. I think it was just
Don's-
Izzo and you that sent them to me, wasn't it? Or maybe it was
Don D
SKT.
sent-
I
Mike, this is
forget.
what you. All right, Mike.
These
it's
are the
very
youths
simple.
too,
At
right?
Halloween, you take some pretzels and you put them in a Ziploc bag with some candy corn and a lollipop, and everybody who rings the doorbell, whatever, gets a pouch.
I'm in a little cul-de-sac with 3 houses, dude. Nobody comes to my street.
Give it to
For Halloween.
the mail. Give it to the
Well,
mailman.
that's
and the
because Satan
UPS
hangs
man.
out the door.
Giving away my pretzels.
You gotta,
They grew them in
Can't get
Pennsylvania.
those here, man. Those
They
are
grew
us
those-
pretzels, dude.
They grow them in Pennsylvania. That's why they're fresh.
Mhm.
Mhm.
This is what's up.
Guys, I'm gonna drop off. I appreciate the invite.
yeah, thanks, Jason.
man, thanks for coming.
Hey, Jason,
Good
looking
to
forward
see
to
you.
it.
Hey, guys.
Thank you. 73.
So how are we doing on the? Is everybody doing the 13 colonies?
I'm not. I haven't had a chance to start it yet. I'll be honest.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
only
start
need
a rant.
4.
All right, I'm gonna start a rant.
Oh boy.
Okay, so this
Uh-oh.
thing started on July 1st, and Facebook blew up with negative comments. And maybe this once again, maybe there was more positivity, and the positive stuff is flowing through. But too many guys, in my opinion, started complaining again. And I posted this the other night in our private thing about, why are they over in the extra portion and how come this and how come that, and it was just all these and telling guys how to operate in this. Hey guys, relax. Okay, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to keep on saying this is not a lifestyle of where we get paid for this stuff. You're not going to get rich. This is about fun. You got into the hobby to have fun. Do you think the guys, and I keep saying this, do you think the guys who are collecting stamps and collecting coins are complaining about similar stuff? They're not. Relax, lower your blood pressure, and have some fun. The guys who call
It's
by
fun to
numbers,
complain.
no, it's not fun to complain. That is not. You are a curmudgeon.
If everybody would have gotten their extra by April, there'd be no bitching.
Amen.
I 100% agree.
Guess what? I worked one guy from Virginia today. Okay, Virginia on 20 meters, which is really unheard of. Okay, they're calling by no, it wasn't him. It was somebody else. I'm sorry. He was calling by the numbers. Guess what I did? I went around. I was doing other things, and then when he got to the zeros, then I said I better go back to the radio and get ready, guys. Relax. It's gonna be all right. You still got so many more days. You're going to July 7th, the end of July 7th, to get this stuff. Don't start getting all angry.
I hate when they do it by the numbers, though.
Oh, I love it when they do it by
Being
the
an
numbers,
8
man.
call, dude, it's like you gotta wait.
Oh, stop it, you.
I find it funny. These guys are running their stations pretty well. Like the 13 Colony guys, from what I've seen. Last year I got a clean sweep. The year before, and I hope to get one this year. I got on for 10 minutes. I got 4 or 5 stations, but these guys are doing good. It's the people who are trying to make the contacts that need to go back and get some lessons.
Right.
Leave the operators of the special event stations alone. You guys are the worst man. Some of these guys, the guy is saying 73, and there's like all I hear is call signs, and then all of a sudden it's quiet, and the guy's like, all right, 73, thanks for the contact, QRZ. Like there's a whole conversation that happened, and you guys are just stepping on them. Like I don't know. There's a lot of bad operators out there, and they're probably the ones bitching and moaning about all this stuff too. Like,
but again, hats off to the guys who are running their stations. They have volunteered to get their stations on the air for their state, and guess what? Let the guys. It's no different than when guys want to run a POTA activation. How you decide how you want to do it. And just guys, listen, can we just have fun in this hobby? And maybe shame on me for even bringing this up tonight. Maybe Molson and I never should have even, because I've heard some wonderful things. It's so.
Shame on you for still being on Facebook. Okay. Facebook, like it is a cesspool of negativity and whiny little babies.
Oh yeah.
I got rid of Facebook like 3.5, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Never looked
I will
back.
say, Mike, you do make a good point, because I hang out more on Twitter and Instagram, and I have not seen anything negative on those mediums versus the Facebook.
Some negativity on Twitter, but
not much.
No,
I didn't see it. So
there's a lot of just positivity and good vibes. Every now and again, you get the douchebag, and if anybody starts posting, I don't follow that many people, but if I do follow someone, because it's only for ham radio. And if somebody starts posting a bunch of political crap, I just stop following them. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm here for ham radio, and that's it. So. Yep. Matter
of fact, Scout 75. I love his profile on his Twitter page. He's here for ham radio, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's what 1,000
reasons. Or if you want to talk pizza,
right? 1,000 or antennas. 1,000 reasons why I love Scout 75 guys. So follow him on Twitter. He's got some good stuff over there, along with a whole bunch of other good guys.
Yeah, anyways, but Mike's right. Stay off Facebook, and you'll be nicer to your heart. Like,
just delete it. Just delete your account.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't follow the POTA. I don't think I follow POTA. I don't follow any of those because there's just too much there's too much people trying to just make you follow indoctrination. It should be this way, no matter what it is. Like you saying, politics, ham radio, family, everything. Just
Although I will tell you, and he just popped in here, Kevin, K0KLB runs a Facebook group page. That is a great group page about QRP, and it's all fun stuff. I have not seen one negative, and I better not. And I hope, Kevin, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you know what to do. if any of that. And I understand freedom of speech, and this is July 4th and Declaration of Independence. Yeah, Bill of Rights, I get it. However, come on, guys. We just need to have fun in this hobby and let everyone do what they want to do. And if you don't like it, that's why there's a VFO, and that's why there's an on-off switch. So
yes. Yes, there is.
One person is not better than the other. One ham is not better than the other ham. So
I don't know about that. I'm pretty cool.
No, you're not. You're not pretty cool. No. You're not pretty cool. You are cool. There is a difference.
A couple years ago, it might have been early last year. Jason was hosting. He was doing a live stream at a brewery up in Grapevine, and it was for a dog rescue thing. So a few of us went out and hung out, and I think that day or the day after. I went home and I started. I opened a new Facebook page because I'm like, maybe I'll just make one for KNMRD and for the channel, and I'll just follow the POTA page. And just right when I got into looking at Facebook, I realized how much I hated it and why I left it.
Yeah.
But it was really creepy though, because people started friend requesting me, and I get that. But then other people, apparently you can call people through Facebook, like a phone call, but not my phone number, but like people are just
Messenger.
randomly calling me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
alarming.
answer. I'm like,
yeah,
what? No, like
You don't know.
I
You
don't
put your
answer
number.
text messages or emails
Truth.
for
Dude,
forever.
You don't put your number. You use 867
No, this wasn't my.
5309.
This wasn't through my
That's
phone
the number
number.
you
It
put in
was
there.
through
Oh.
it was through like Facebook Messenger or something.
Yep.
You can make
Yep.
like VoIP calls.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
no way. So I got on the POTA page, and I love me some POTA, but it's just a lot of bitching and moaning. It's like, just
Yes.
shut up and go play radio.
Yep.
My God.
Yeah.
It gives the POTA police a platform. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
So I had it
Quit
up
your
for about
bitching and
2
get on the
weeks.
radio.
Yeah, I had it up for about 2 weeks, and I deleted it again. I was like, no, I don't want anything to do with this. Facebook is literal like internet cancer, AIDS, COVID, all in one. It's horrible. It is the most worthless place on the face of the earth.
Thank you, Kevin. This is 1001 reasons why Kevin is a great guy. Not only great YouTube channel, but try working this guy with 5 watts, 3 watts, 1 watts, and anything else and everything. Kevin has some wonderful stuff going on.
He's using a freaking trampoline for an antenna, so it's like
he took out the John Deere with a flatbed on it and ran an end fed half wave. It was driving around the farm making contacts. I mean, come on.
he loaded up like grain silos. I think he loaded up his tractor once.
Yep.
Loaded up the
That
shovel.
G90 will
it's
do
metal,
anything.
shovel.
He loaded up a shovel. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's
Yeah.
metal, he's loaded it up.
He loaded it up.
He loaded up his crick. Or creek for the rest of the world, but I guess
The
in
crick.
Iowa it's crick.
That's right. It was the crick.
Or Idaho.
That's right. That's right.
Iowa.
It's not. It wasn't salty enough.
No.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got to drop out, so not to leave early, but
We're gonna start wrapping up anyway, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna
so,
start wrapping it up, man. Yeah.
So we'll
Okay.
let you drop
Awesome.
out.
He's
And
got
then
he's got a blizzard coming.
yeah.
Happy 4th, my friends. Happy 4th.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you,
Have a
King
good night.
Daniel.
You're the
man.
best.
We'll do a 420 up here for you boys.
Hey.
I know.
That works.
I haven't done that since December.
Take care, Daniel.
I don't do that. I just said it. So. All right. see
Hey,
ya.
it works.
Bye.
It works.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't inhale.
So, right. Exactly.
Exhale.
And then
Oh,
there
that
was
Works a lot better that way.
All right, so we should probably start wrapping this up. We're about 15 minutes shy of the top of the hour, and originally we were just going to go for an hour tonight because it was the 4th of July, and we figured people were blowing stuff up. So in my neck of the woods, we got probably another 45 minutes before the sun goes down. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's dark
So-
over here, so
Yeah, so Beer Snack, you want to start with the go-arounds there of what's up, and glad to see you again, man.
yeah, no, life is continuing to evolve.
Hey! Via laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your laptop. No,
Oh,
I got it the other day, and apparently the original KMRD mod was done to it, so it's got the power pole connections already in line.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice.
Nice.
so I've got that. I've already loaded on the WinLink and a couple other programs, and just
Hammers?
gotta get it hooked up. Not yet. I'm working on it. I gotta
Hammer should
fill
be
the
like
things in.
the second thing after Windlake.
Hold up.
Okay. All right. I'll pump the brakes.
Hence your calm.
Yeah, enhance your calm.
Right?
No, I am. Sorry. 3 seashells, anyone?
And a microphone.
Yes. Yes, Mike, I caught the reference. Thank you.
Yeah.
So no, I'm gonna get that done, and then probably go take it out, see how it does in the field, and play with it for a bit.
Well, as always, I'm glad you made it tonight, buddy. We miss you.
Good to
Does
go.
your Evolve have the barrel connector, or is it USB-C charging?
It's the original Evolve, so it's got the barrel.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Mike,
yeah,
you're
so-
next, man.
Oh, hi. My name's Mike. I'm an alcohol. Oh, sorry, wrong man.
Wrong
Wrong
meeting.
meeting.
Wrong meeting. I mean, I know we're both weekly, but we have cigars, and so.
So yesterday's video, the mean comments videos, once again was a great success. Those are so great. Laughing, making fun of all the internet trolls there. It's great. I save all the mean comments for, until I get enough to make a decent sized video out of it. Just rip the guy's a new asshole. It's great.
Right.
America.
And I got to reference Monty Python at the end of yesterday. So if you haven't checked it out,
Nice.
if you want to see me doing a little singing and dancing, spoiler alert, they're both bad, but it's funny.
Well, some people think it's funny.
I'm just that kind of asshole. Tomorrow's video is we're going to test that TID radio TD-H8, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That video has, I haven't looked in a couple of days, but it's probably about 19,000 views now.
Yep.
Just blown up. I've looked at my Amazon store and I've probably sold like 70 of them for TID radio now. It's
nice.
A freaking cool radio. So we're doing it advertises a 10-watt radio. I didn't do a power test in my review video because I really don't care, but quite a few people asked about it. So I put it on the meter and we'll see if it actually does the advertised 10 watts tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central. And then today I was doing some K8MRD mods to my DX Commander Expedition antenna. And now it might have 40, 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10, and 6.
I haven't built mine yet, so
just
you might have to share that mod.
It may or may not have. Well, I mean,
all right.
So last year I did a video adding 12 meters to it.
Oh yeah, yep.
Because he doesn't use where you connect the center connector to the
as an element, yeah.
Thing. Like you can connect an element there. So I did that, and then so just the other day I'm running FT8, and I hopped on 30 meters, which I never do, and shame on me because I should. I'm getting DX contacts up the wazoo. So I'm like, wait a minute, I need to put 30 meters on my DX Commander. So we figured out a way to do that. So that I gotta, excuse me, I gotta edit all that tomorrow, and then I'll post it to the patrons whenever I get that edited. So that'll be Friday's video. T.O. and I, our good friend Steve, temporarily offline, have been talking for a couple weeks. We're gonna. He wants to come on and I want to bring back the Technician Tuesday. I haven't done it in a couple months because quite honestly, 10 meters is kind of just falling off the map there.
Took a nosedive.
But I still want to do things for technicians. So we're going to bring that back. I'm going to have Steve come on. I love Steve. I love his channel. He's just a stupid smart guy. So we're not just going to get on the air and call CQ. We're going to talk about things and that pertain to 10 meter or technicians and what techs can do to just help them and just help further promote and pay back to the hobby that we all love so much. So hopefully we're going to kick that back up next week.
Hey, Mike, Tuesday. Mike, I will tell you, a Hawaiian station was on 28,490 earlier today on 10 meters, and I was running back and forth between my off-center fed to DX Commander. I was hearing him better on my DX Commander. I have a 10 meter element.
What was this?
28,490, a Hawaiian station, and I could.
Oh, nice.
I was just trying to work him. I heard him better on the DX Commander. I have a 10 meter element that I put in at last minute. I Jimmy rigged it up and it works great. But he just wasn't. But at least I was hearing him. To me, he was like I don't know, S3, S2. But still, the point was I'm hearing him, which is.
I just got before the live stream during Scout's video. I was watching that and I just clicked on 10 meter FT8. I kind of just got set up out here. And I just worked Samoa on 10 meter FT8. So there's still I can get some FT8 contacts on 10 still, but phone is not happening very much at all. So
it will.
But so on Thursday before field day, 6 meters was open on FT8.
Yeah.
And dude, I was working I think I worked 29 stations, 30 stations, something like that on 6 meter FT8. I got an N8YO on 6 meters. So on the freaking DX Commander, I don't even know. It's probably maybe the 20 meter element. It's not pretty when you look at the SWR chart. But it's under 3.0 0 to 1 across the
Yeah.
entire band, but it's hugging that 3 line. but my 7300 will tune it up.
Yeah, I was about to say it'll
So-
tune it.
All right.
And you're probably and on 7300. What are you running? About 25 watts.
69.
Nice.
69% power.
So Mike, you release on was it Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays?
So it's definitely Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, okay.
And all at 3 p.m. Central. And Tuesdays will again be 3 p.m. Central. Tuesday, all of those are like pre-recorded videos. Tuesday will be a live stream as it has been in the past. And we'll try and keep it an hour or so. But I mean, the just me getting on the radio and calling CQ on 10 meters. I mean, I think I got up to probably 150 people watching at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah.
So, I really want to bring that back. It's a lot of fun. Live streams are a great way to engage with the community because you get the live chat and all that stuff. And I think having TO on is gonna be awesome. Ham Nuggets is kind of just like a show about nothing. We're gonna try and have some kind of topic and discuss it.
The Clubhouse is a show about
Wait,
nothing.
wait a minute. I was just going to say.
TO has a show about something.
Something.
The Clubhouse,
Well, all right.
we own the
Something
show
of
about
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, he has the something of
So
nothing.
They do have a topic. They just don't
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
let me tell you something. I love watching, guys. If you're not familiar, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I believe, is when TO goes on, plus or minus. It's a great time. There's stuff in there. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. It's above. It's at Albert Einstein level, but it's still fun. And then there's stuff that I can understand. And Jim is always good. His guests are. It's really a fun time on Monday nights. It really,
Absolutely.
really is. So watch them.
Well, Izzo, we're going to throw it over to you, man, before we wrap it up.
I got 2 days off. I'm hoping for some sunshine tomorrow. I want to go play with some these solar panels that I recently got. Want to hopefully go play some POTA. Joe Brett, congratulations to our buddy Joe Brett. Let's say it again.
Yeah, buddy.
Absolutely. He
Congratulations.
finally passed
Playing.
that 4,000 watch hours.
I'm still playing his videos in the shack.
Well, go
Right.
play mine now, damn it.
Yeah. And don't forget, if you need a pair of cowboy boots, Joe Brett has boots 9.5
Exactly.
size 9.5.
Exactly.
So there you go. And
I
that's
got a
all I got
bookstore
going.
across the street from my house. I don't need Joe Brett's smelly ass shoes.
No.
They've only been worn once, and they're 9.5. So
Wait
Listen,
a
dude,
minute. Do they
It'll make you
make
feel good. It'll make you feel good.
99% of the time I'm wearing Crocs, dude. So are there I mean
Well,
they make
Joe
real
Brett wears
Croc
some
cowboy
he wears
boots?
some mean Crocs. So
I'm gonna have to go. It's called, what is it, Cavender's Boot City or something like
I
that?
am.
I'm gonna have to go in there and see if they got some Croc boots.
So Sean KT2 Oscar $10 super chat. Happy Independence Day to
Thank
the
you,
Clubhouse from a longtime lurker. Sean, thank you so much for being there
Thank you, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
as a
it.
longtime
Thank you.
lurker. We appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Izzo, you got anything else to add?
That's it, man. Smoking some good cigars and playing some
I'm
radio.
gonna stop
and
pushing buttons.
Stop pushing buttons. God damn it.
Yeah, Joe Brett, you finally beat me to it. He's always complaining because I'll throw a video and he's like, "How come you got 1,000 more views than I do?" Well, I talk faster. That's why.
That's because no. I'm telling you, Joe Brett. I'm telling you, Joe Brett's going to do better once he starts selling cowboy boots. You're going to see his watch hours go.
Right.
I'm telling you, Joe Brett. It's all about the boots.
All right, Izzo, you got anything coming up?
I'm done, man.
Poto? Nothing. All right.
I'm gonna try, man. It's all weather dependent.
Oh
here,
yeah,
so.
totally. All right, so I guess we'll wrap up with me. I've got a video coming out on the Anytone A96 Pro. You've probably seen some of these other YouTubers have put out a video on that. I've got something different for you. It's a
That's
different
not that
perspective.
10-meter one, is it?
No, it's a 2 meter. It's actually GMRS. It's Type 95 GMRS, but it's shipping to some people completely unlocked for the ham radio bands, which is not what it's supposed to do. But it is what it is. But anyway, I digress.
brick it.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave that at that. And so I got that coming up. I've got a video on spurious emissions. So if you're curious of what that is and how to test for it, go over to the this side of the radio. I've got a live stream with the Smoking Ape We dumb it down for you to check it out. We test a couple radios, the Teddy Radio H8, the Quanxing UVK5. Got that right the first time. That's a first. And got those two tested against spurious emissions. So checked out the what came about of that test. I've got another radio that will be here on the 6th, so a couple days from now. I think it's going to do better on the AM receive than anything we've tested so far, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, other than that, you'll see me here every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central for the Clubhouse. Check out Joe's channel, Daniel's channel, Mike's channel, Izzo's channel, Freddie Mac, all those guys who have helped us along the way. We appreciate it. Those of you who are new subscribers to the channel, thank you so much. Those of you who are become new members of the channel, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm going to hit the button. You guys hit a
You put the rest
wave.
of the buttons.
Yeah.
Happy 4th,
Same
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Blow
Happy
your fingers
4th of
off,
July.
Take
guys.
care.
See you soon.
I'm so sorry I messed up that S word.